The top story, Ethiopia is strengthening regional ties and citizen diplomacy, says Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson. Hello and welcome to BBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. With the news, I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Ethiopia-Somalia ties are being revitalized, according to Ethiopian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ambassador Nebiat Getachew. In a media briefing, he emphasized that diplomatic efforts have strengthened bilateral relations, highlighted by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's recent visit to Mogadishu. The visit marked a new chapter in cooperation, with both nations agreeing on strategic projects, regional security collaboration, and Ethiopia's participation in Somalia's peacekeeping missions. The spokesperson stressed that Somalia's security is vital to Ethiopia's stability. He also noted the Ethiopia-China Trade and Economic Forum, where companies showed interest in electric vehicles, agricultural processing, and ICT development. On citizen-centered diplomacy, Ambassador Nebiat discussed efforts to repatriate 246 Ethiopian citizens stranded in Myanmar. He warned against human trafficking and seeking employment in countries with unregulated labor conditions. An event highlighting the achievements of John's Rig Wash, a program under Walter Lungfing, was held in Addis Ababa. Speaking at the occasion, Ferdinand von Wey, deputy head of mission at the German embassy to Ethiopia, reiterated Germany's strong commitment to WASH initiatives. He praised the program's success in providing over 280,000 people in the East Gojam Zone, Amhara region, with access to safe water through the construction of 163 water supply facilities. Asfaw Dingamo, State Minister of Water Supply at the Ministry of Water and Energy, noted Ethiopia has made significant strides in water access, but still faces challenges in sanitation, emphasizing the need for sustainable WASH solutions. Alemayo Wase, Executive Director of ORDA Ethiopia, expressed appreciation for WHH's long-standing partnership, which has been instrumental in ORDA Ethiopia's transition from relief efforts to sustainable development. WHH, active in Ethiopia for over 50 years, continues to implement sustainable solutions such as solar-powered water systems and community-led sanitation initiatives. A historian says that the victory of Adwa holds universal significance as a symbol of resistance against colonialism and white supremacy during the scramble for Africa, when imperial powers sought to exploit the continent's resources and lands. Historian Ayele Bakre emphasized that the victory of Adwa has sparked the anti-colonial movement. Goshumelliso has more.
In a time when African nations faced relentless colonial expansion, one victory stood as a powerful symbol of defense. The victory of Adwa was not just a battlefield success, it became a symbol of resilience, challenging the colonial order and igniting the fight for freedom across the world. Talking to Meet EBC program, historian Ayele Bakari said, the victory of Adwa upholds universal significance as a symbol of resistance against colonialism and white supremacy during the scramble of Africa.
You have a system of colonization that has to be challenged, and then Ethiopians succeeded in challenging them effectively by defeating the Italians. So therefore, it was white supremacy that we were fighting against. It was also the right for your land and the right for yourself, for your personhood. Those are the principles in which that the Ethiopians fought against the Italians, because we didn't go to Italy. The Italians were the ones who came all the way to take over our land and to take away our freedom. So therefore, in that sense, it has, the significance is that upholding what I call universal values, universal principles.
The historian emphasized that the victory of Adwa ignited anti-colonial movements across Africa and inspired black people worldwide.
In the immediate effect, it has inspired those who are fighting against colonialism. All of them started after Adwa, because there were some movements before Adwa. In South Africa, for instance, the Zulus were able to defeat the Brits. There are several cases, and then even the nature of the resistance, where in some places like in Mali, Modibo Keita, before him, the leader before him, in the Battle of Algiers. And then you could have a whole sort of examples in the Congo. It is a use of religion to fight against colonialism. So there were several struggles. The Ghanaians, in which the Brits took even their cultural, political symbols, the stool, the golden stool, which signifies power, political power, was taken to England and then kind of placed in the British Museum. So you have a whole range of resistance against it, and it has also become instrumental in the establishment of Pan-African movements.
Sylvia Nikanyuza, Deputy Secretary of the World Black People History, Heritage and Education Center and a lecturer at Walter Sisulu University in South Africa, told the Ethiopian news agency that the victory of Adwa is not only a triumph for all black people but also a foundation for future generations.
The Adwa victory is a victory for all of us. It laid the foundations. It laid the foundations for men, women, and for even generations to come. If it wasn't for the victory, we would not be here right now. And I do believe that Ethiopia has one of the strongest batons to carry, more than anywhere else. It's a baton for all of us.
One of the founders of the World Black People's History, Heritage and Education Center, for her part, stated that Adwa is a symbol of hope and a testament to the strength of Africans.
It's a symbol of hope, I can say again, because for what had happened before, to have transformed Ethiopia into what it is right now, it is a sign that, Africa is strong. It is a place where we can all draw our identity as Africans to say, we are really able, and if we persevere, if we unite, if we work together, we can come from a place of pain into a place of victory. I see Adwa as a victory that is for all of us as Africans.
They stated that the victory of Adwa is a triumph that affirmed Africa's strength and solidified African identity and foundation for the transformation Ethiopia is currently undergoing.
And finally, the Battle of Adwa, where Ethiopian forces famously repelled colonial invasion in 1896, has long been a cornerstone of national pride. A South African scholar argues that its significance should transcend borders, inspiring a continent-wide celebration, envisioning Adwa's commemoration not just as a solemn tribute to Ethiopian heroes, but as a dynamic Pan-African carnival, pulsating with music, art, and collective joy. Talking to EBC World at his dialogue, Paul Zilungisele Tembe calls for a bold reimagining of Ethiopia's historic Battle of Adwa, urging its transformation from a national commemoration into a vibrant global celebration of African unity and heritage. He suggested turning the annual observance into a carnival-style festival akin to Rio de Janeiro's iconic event to elevate Adwa's legacy as a shared triumph for Africa and the world. Listen to this.
It is in the hands, the honors is on Ethiopia to even sing higher. The Battle of Adwa doesn't belong to Ethiopia. It belongs to Africa. It belongs to the world. But it must all start from Ethiopia. Therefore, in order to be able to do that, we should go beyond the national celebration of the Battle of Adwa. The Battle of Adwa celebration should become our African Rio de Janeiro Carnival. beyond festival, national festival, to respect and honor the heroes of the Battle of Adwa and honor Ethiopia as a nation and what it has done for Africa and for all the Africans in the world. It should be a carnival. What is the difference between these two celebrations? One is a celebration for Ethiopia in its own culture, in its own locus, in its own space, in its own history. But in order for this to expand, let it be a global celebration of entire African people.
While Adwa's legacy is enshrined in history books, the scholar asks, why isn't its battlefield a magnet for global tourism, rebranding the site as a pilgrimage destination for Africans and diaspora communities, offering affordable access to connect with this anti-colonial landmark?
The Battle of Adwa took place in Ethiopia. Do we have tourists coming to the fields of the Battle of Adwa every year? Do we have tourists that at a reduced price, that the Battle of Adwa doesn't only become a national festival, but it becomes a global pan-African festival? The issue is about dissemination, but we shouldn't be stringent in terms of dissemination and focus on so-called, because even that so-called formal channels, as in schools, as in governments, as in government institutions, as in NGOs. But what we should have beyond the Battle of Adwa, each and every good story of Africa has to be told even beyond the formal sectors.
You're watching ABC, a reminder of the top story. Ethiopia is strengthening regional ties and citizen diplomacy, says Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.